welcome to another episode. We are standing inside of the base, and it's actually going to be the base of operations in today's project, because finally I have managed to find a design I want for my storage system. I have managed to put it inside of here. I have designed everything around it, the sort of blocks that you need to make it look pretty, and I even tried to build it in my creative world, and it has been really long process and long journey, because at first, when I was deciding on building the base inside of here, I had one idea of what I wanted, and I found a design online on YouTube where I really liked the design of the storage system, and I thought that I could maybe build it as well in survival, not too complicated. But then I looked around, because it turned out to be very complicated, and I had a lot of thingamagigs and all sorts of stuff. So I decided to go for a different design and a little bit different approach to it, and decided to go for a much simpler design. It has not the same sort of big amount of features inside of it. It doesn't have shulker box loaders or unloaders. It doesn't have all sorts of other stuff. But I wanted to use this design either way, because it was pretty cheap compared to the other design I decided to go for, and it was also much more easier to build. So at the moment, I have the configuration of the chests here, because this storage system, you can use a lot of different sizes and everything. You just need to know how to make the sort of redstone and minecart thingies that are in the behind of each and every one of the chests. You also need to make a different design up here. So for each one of these chests, we're going to have a category, and we're also going to have one layer more. So above these chests, we're going to have some more, and then one layer where we can configure even more chests. So in total, with all of the everything, we're going to have 40 categories of items, and I mean categories now, not write the items. I'm not going to put only, for example, scaffolding in here and only ender pearls in here and so forth. Instead, we can use one chest to configure, for example, having all of the redstone components, all of the colored wool, or maybe all of the nature stuff that I want to have in some of these. So that's the most important part about the new storage system. I wanted one that could handle all of the items in Minecraft, and this one does, with a little bit of tweaking and everything, of course, but it can, and it's very easy to build, so it has all of the things that I needed for a storage system. And yeah, that's it. So I am just going to start building this part. It's going to be very complicated, so I'm not even going to time lapse it, because it's just going to be me standing around a lot of times as well. So it's going to be very long of a time lapse. So instead, we're going to go in progress. So I'm going to start building, probably going to build up the sort of input mechanism first, and then maybe build one or two of the input mechanisms, so I can show you guys how it works. And I'm also going to tell you guys about the guy that has made this design, but I want to show it first before actually just telling you guys about it, so you can see for yourselves. Okay, so a progress update on how it's going with the build. I have expanded the chest to what I was talking about before. We have these units that we're going to go into and categorize, and then I have the input system finished, and everything is sort of the sorting part as I understood it. It's a pretty complicated redstone. I don't understand even half of it, because of course I'm following a tutorial. And I just want to show you guys how it looks beforehand, and get a little bit more of a small part of the progress. And like I said before, I am going to actually try and get all of the links and everything to the videos that I've used. And the guy that we are following is Lummie Thief. pretty good explanation and very good design of this. I found that he had actually put up a new version of this with shulker box loaders and everything, but he hasn't gotten any tutorials out yet, and I didn't feel like going out and getting more materials and changing up the design that I knew. So instead I'm going to use the sort of first version, second version, because I'm using two parts of his videos. So down in the description I'm going to both link his channel and the two videos that I have used for this tutorial thingy and building everything, because this unit is from an upgraded version of the system, and I'm going to use the old slices that actually sort things inside of here. So it's going to be a little bit of a mashup between all sorts of things here. But I think I've gotten everything right and ready, and that's only because I had to actually rebuild everything once or twice, because I got some of it wrong and built it a couple of blocks too close and too far away. So yeah, it has been a little bit of a hassle before I actually got to this part. Okay, so another progress update. All of the redstone and almost all of the things are finished. We have a lot going on here on the other side of the wall. But right now I wanted to just show a little bit of what the contraption is doing and what I need to be doing to actually prepare it. Because what I have been doing is doing this. So we need to prepare the sort of input system for what we want to actually sort in each of the units down below. So what I do is that I need to put in 3 wooden shovels or any unstackable items, but I went with shovels because they are one of the cheapest materials. And then I have these painted glasses here, or orange stained glass paint if you want to, and I use these because I really love to, it looks very nice, even though they are pretty expensive in comparison to example sticks. And I have just renamed them to placeholder, and what I need to do is to actually fill up the whole of this double chest and then put in 5. And if you noticed that we had piston extending, so I'm going to do that once more. We take those, we take one of these stacks of items, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and there you probably heard it. And each one of those things are over here and extends out and makes us able to actually use the system. Because when the piston retracts, it makes it able to some sort of minecart rolling here, and when it retracts it's going to pick up the minecart, or not pick up, but the minecart is going to go down here, I think, go up here, up over there, and inside of this system in some sort of way where it sorts the items that we have here. These ones are just to make it everything. So if I wanted to actually sort something, I could take, I need just one item, and I do it like this. So I take one of the glass panes out and replace it with an item, and now this chest is going to sort dark wood planks. And for example, if I wanted to sort something else, for example those sticks, and I can put that inside there as well, and it's going to sort dark wood planks and sticks inside of this chest. So it works very, very nice, and that's why also the reason for me having the paints here and not something else, for example sticks and everything. It looks nice when you just take out one of them. It's sort of stopping you from putting all of the other stuff inside of here. So wrong stack. I need to gather those, and I just need to do this for each and every one of the chests. So I'm going to make some more shovels, start doing it for all of the other 2 sides as well, because I have just gotten to this one. And once that's finished, I'm probably going to sort of program each chest for what item I need, and then we're actually going to test out the system and see if it works in some sort of way, or if I need to actually try and make it a little bit better and see if I have done something wrong with it. Okay, so right now it's not looking much on the outside here, and that's mostly because I didn't have the time to build anything more than you saw in the time lapse. So I prioritized and decided to go for actually going with the interior of the storage system. And as you can see, it looks pretty nice, and I must say I really love it in here. It looks nice with all of the item frames showing all of the categories and everything, and it looks clean and nice. Yeah, I'm not sure how to describe it, but yeah, I really love it. And I thought of one thing though. In the middle here, you can see that it's pretty dark, and I think if we take up Mini HUD and mod that we can use to get light levels, you can see that we are down on 1 level here in light. So it's not going to spawn any mobs, but it's probably going to drive me a little bit bonkers that it's too dark inside of here. So yeah, we change out these 2 there, and I'm really annoyed actually that this is going to be an even numbered sort of sorting system and everything, but yeah, what can you do? I can't do anything about that, so yeah, we have to do that. And then we got the middle, and it looks much better now with a little bit of light. Maybe I'm going to change it in a moment when I realize that it's too bright, but yeah, I really like it. And as you probably saw on the outside here, we have a little bit of the beginning of walls and everything. I am going to make a wall this part here over to this side and that side to make it a little bit more of a room-like. I'm going to have stairs, I think, and I think that I'm going to have them up here to the next level of some kind. I have some ideas for future of this base, but yeah, right now I wanted to focus on the storage system. And it works wonders. How it works is that, of course, I put in stuff in this chest, we press the button and the system is going. And if I take a look inside any of these chests, we can take a look inside the stone one here. You can see that we have all sorts of different stone items, and that's because I programmed the system to accept all of these stone types. The shulker boxes are not part of the system. I have put those in myself because we have a lot of cobble and regular stone. So I am a little bit on the fence, deciding if I want to have bulk storage inside of the actual chests or if I want to have them down in the barrels that I have hidden down below in this sort of area here. I have the barrels there because I want to use it for items that the system can't handle, for example 16 stacks and everything. We can change it up, but yeah, I have not yet to actually do that. So some of the stuff that I don't want to actually sort, non-stackable items and everything like that, but they can fit into a category, so that's why we have barrels down below to sort of make that up. But yeah, walking right past into the wall here. So yeah, there we have everything, and it, like I said, I'm really happy about this, and when I finally made it work. Because I had pretty much trouble with all of the sort of things and everything, and it didn't work, and it was wonking up my items and everything. It turned out that I had just made the wrong thing in the program chest out there, so that was the only reason. So here you can see all of the things and items, and yeah, we have 2 parts left. I have 1 chest over here and 2 chests over here. Or rather 1 chest over here that are not programmed yet. This last one is miscellaneous items that the system can't handle, but it still dumps all of the items in here. And as you can see, I need to program azalea leaves, some ferns, some big drip leaves, lots of the growing category, and also emerald ore. So I need to get those inside of the system. So when the next time I get an item, it's going to just be to throw it in, and it's going to actually sort everything, because a lot of the items inside of the system is really sortable. So I'm really liking it. And like I said before, I need to thank Lummie Thief for the awesome design and everything. Like I said, I have combined two of his videos. One of them is of the upgraded input system, and the other one is of these sorting slices, and they are from the original system. So I have modified it a little bit to make it work, but yeah, it was much easier to build this part and rather than use the old one. And yeah, everything like that is the system, and everything looks like this. So I think that we are finished for today's episode, at least. Next time we're going to get a little bit of more focus on actually building up the interior of the whole base, because right now it's just one thing plonked in the middle, and maybe focus on something else inside of here. I need to start building more stuff and explore more of the 1.20. So with that, I hope you have enjoyed the episode. If you did, consider leaving a like, maybe even comment on the episode, maybe even subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. We'll see each other. Goodbye.